How many people today have heard of K-pop, J-pop, etc.? Well, it's just me here, so I think nobody. But did you know that there are actually Asian pop rap crossovers into America these days? Hi everyone, my name is Tommy Gould, and today I'll be talking about how Idiot Rising is introducing pop rap into America today. So, for about 2 years, Idiot Rising has been in the music industry. Before that, it was just a media production company. I've listened to them since they came out, starring main artists such as Joji, who was born in Japan, Rich Brian, previously known as Rich Chega, later changed it because that was seen as racist. He was an Indonesian-born rapper who learned English off of YouTube videos from learning how to do Rubik's Cubes. Another Indonesian-born singer, Nicki, who was friends with Rich Brian. The Chinese group, the rap group, the Higher Brothers, and many other smaller ones. So my 3 points today are: 1, being a problem. Not many people today know of the upbringing of the Asian music and culture today. The solution to that being listening to Idiot Rising. And the third one being, if everyone in the world listens to Idiot Rising, there will be a much more peaceful place due to racial and music issues. So, in a Rolling Stone magazine article, it states that American fans of K-pop and J-pop wanted to branch out more into the Asian music industry, thus finding Idiot Rising. In a Vice news article, it is talked about how Idiot Rising is starting to show the world of Asian representation, whether it being culture related or music related. But they have to be wary about the quote thirst trap of the industry, meaning many artists these days have the same messages about just getting money and getting quote the ladies, but that's just not what their music is about. They are true to their message of just being their own individuals, and whether they're weird, silly, funny, whatever, they stick to their own message. So moving on to the solution as listening to Idiot Rising. This will introduce Western culture with Asian culture. In an article on Billboard.com, it is discussed how the Indonesian singer Nicki is becoming quite the inspiration for young girls in Indonesia and other parts of Asia to become new upbringing of Indonesian and Asian singers and artists. The Idiot Rising lead manager and co-founder Sean Marashiro, he talks about in the New Yorker magazine article how this is a great way to introduce and initiate an American Asian pop culture crossover, either being just culture in general or music, because their company started as just a media production and then later transformed into what is now Idiot Rising and have their own music label. They have now 2 collective albums, one being Head in the Clouds, which was released in summer of 2018, and now the second album together being Head in the Clouds 2, which is just a newer, updated version of all the songs collaborated together. Even though the main core members of Idiot Rising have the collective albums, they also stick to their own things. Like Rich Brian on his debut album Amen, which came out in February of 2018. That was his own project, and it reached number one on billboards for Asian hip hop. And Joji, on his album Ballads One, was released in October of 2018, and that reached also number one on billboards for R&B and hip hop. Um, so, um, if more people listen to Idiot Rising, I believe the world will become a more better and peaceful place. In an article from uh, the 34th Street News, it is shown that fellow rappers not from Asia, such as American rappers and such, have also listened to Rich Brian's projects and appreciate his music, not just because he's from a different culture or a different race. It's just they like his music and they would even want to be featured on some of his songs. Um, when introduced to Idiot Rising, people can become more accustomed to Asian culture and the music types and see how they may be similar or a little different, and you can just kind of go from there. So, in conclusion, today I talked about one, how there's not enough Asian representation in music today. The solution there being to listen to Idiot Rising, and three, why the world will be a better place by listening to them. Um, Idiot Rising is making room in the music industry for new up and coming Asian artists. And thank you for listening, and hopefully you keep expanding your music after today.